All right, welcome back, campers. I know it's been a few weeks. Sorry about that. Life in general, basically, just tends to get in your way sometimes. So that's what I was doing was life. So one thing I wanted to say before I get into the rest of this is that I think from now on, in case you don't know or didn't see the posts on Facebook or whatever, but one of the weeks back that I was out was because my grandma died. And my grandma has actually, for the record, I legit did not think my grandma even knew what YouTube was, let alone how to find the videos and watch them. But she actually watched every single one of them. And if you remember back when I made Mandy, I actually gave a warning at the beginning of it that my grandma needs to stop watching it because I'm going to use all the words that she hates. So, from now on, if I'm going to cuss a lot in a video because I hate the movie or I even think of fucking Mandy, then there's going to be a GW on the, you call it a thumbnail? Thumbnail? Yeah, on the thumbnail there's going to be a GW. It's going to stand for Grandma Warning, and that's going to be on every video that I cuss too much in. I figured, if she was actually going to watch all of them, that I should do that. So, that's the first thing. Second is that I kind of want to talk about just in general some of the other movies I watched throughout the week and stuff, because obviously I don't just watch the ones that I do reviews on, because the goal is for these to be most likely ones that you haven't heard of, or maybe you haven't even come across. Maybe they even have some of your favorite actors, you don't even know about it. But I also watch other stuff like Mortal Kombat. I watch that. Yeah, so I watched that. I mean, it's the best Mortal Kombat movie that's ever been made. That's not saying anything. It was fun. I mean, it was cool. I enjoyed it. I watched Joe Taslim beat the shit out of pretty much anybody. That's just fun. And Kano pretty much just carries the entire movie. But gore, it's good. It's good times. Also watched Santa Jaws. That shouldn't be a thing. Like, how the Sci-Fi Channel upsets me. I think stuff like Sharknado and stuff are hilarious, and they're awesome to bring up. I also think that they're just absolute abominations, and that we should really just stop letting sci-fi make shit like that. Anyway, God, I'm just fucking Santa Jaws, man. Okay, so we're gonna talk about a good movie now. I used to call this a dude's chick flick, but I was told that chick flick is insensitive. That I'm supposed to say romance, but it's not a romance. It's not a rom-com. And I'll admit that chick flick is insensitive, but I've never once said it in a bad way. I love those movies. I think those movies are awesome. I don't even care who knows it. I don't care. I like musicals too. That's just good stuff. I mean, who doesn't want to live in a world where people just randomly break into song and dance? Why would you not want to live in that world? Plus, most of the musicals have Zac Efron, and I'm straight, but I'll still look at that kid all day. That's a pretty sumbitch. So, anyway, we're going to talk about Life as a House. This is more of an emotional movie. This is definitely on the drama scale. I laugh quite a bit through it, but I find dark humor amusing, and it's got some of that. But this is a movie with Kevin Kline, where he finds out that he has cancer. He doesn't have long to live, and he decides that he is going to build the house that he always said he was going to build, but never actually went through with. That's the basis of the plot. And in doing so, he makes his son, his estranged son, help him build the house. His son is played by Hayden Christensen. Now, most of you that just heard that name went, no, But here's the thing. He was born to play this role because he's supposed to be a little bitch for like most of the movie, where you're just like, oh my god, this kid is such a whiny piece of shit. Literally the role he was born to play. He was perfect in this role because he's a whiny bitch. So it worked out. This one's probably going to have a GW on the fucking thumbnail there, because I said fucking thumbnail, not even normal thumb. It's fine. Look, Hayden Christensen is perfect for this role because he's kind of useless, and that's the character he plays. Is kind of useless. And so Kevin Kline wants to build this house. He wants to build this relationship and make his son fall in love with him all over again and have the relationship that he always knew they should have had, that they fell apart for him because he was divorced from his wife, which is played by Kristen Scott Thomas. I want to go on a side note here. I confuse Kristen Scott Thomas with Juliette Binoche all the time. And I think it's because they were both in The English Patient. And in case you haven't seen The English Patient, it is just a marathon of can you sit through this and not go to sleep. Like, same thing with North Fork. That's a movie that no one's ever heard of, which would be perfect for this channel, except for there's no way in hell I'm going to sit through that movie again. It took me 4 times the first time, so I fell asleep. I fell asleep, woke up and hit play, and still fell back to sleep. North Fork is a gorgeous movie that no one should ever watch. It even has like James Woods and John Goodman's in there. It's just absolutely, you should never watch that movie. But anyway, English Patient goes in there. That's why I always forget who Kristen Scott Thomas is, but she's perfect in this. Jenna Malone is in this. You know her from like, no, I was going to say Sucker Punch, but there's like 6 people to watch that piece of shit. Has Mary Steenburgen. She plays Jenna Malone's mom. You would know her from Back to the Future 3. She was the teacher that was supposed to die, but didn't, and instead she fell in love with Doc, and then they just screwed up the whole timeline for everybody, but we just ignore it because it's the 3rd one and we're never going to get a 4th one because Robert Zemeckis is an asshole. Has Ian Somerhalder from Lost. It's the real pretty kid that looks like he was in Vampire Diaries too. He just literally looks like he's always wearing makeup because he's actually just that pretty. It's very weird. Scott Bakula was in it because, I mean, why wouldn't you put Scott Bakula in a movie if you have a chance? I mean, have you seen Quantum Leap? It's like one of the greatest shows ever made. It's like Quantum Leap, House. There you go. You can fill in the 3rd one with whatever. Jamie Sheridan was also in it. Most people probably don't know Jamie Sheridan, I guess, but he was Randall Flagg in the 1994. I hope that's right. Andrew's going to fact check it and write some shit on the screen right now in case I'm wrong. And 1994 miniseries of The Stand. He played the villain Randall Flagg. He actually did a really good job. The special effects, not so great, but I mean, it was the time period. I mean, I feel like Mick Garris made an amazing version of The Stand. I feel like I'm way off track. Not the point. You absolutely should watch Life as a House. Not only is it just a great character-driven story, because there's not a lot that happens, but it's a very emotional story, and you get to see how they talk about how sometimes change is so small that you don't even realize that it's happening until it's already happened, until you have changed, until you are a different person or a better person or a worse person. But you don't know that that change exists until it already has happened. And it's an absolutely beautiful story, and you'll probably cry. I actually have found that it makes more men tear up than it does women, because it's about the relationship between the son and the father. But in general, there's a good chance that you're going to cry. And Kevin Kline tells a story right in the middle of the movie, and it's real dark, and it seems out of place, but it's also very touching. Side note: Kevin Kline's been in like a couple hundred movies, and this is without a doubt my favorite performances he's ever given. He was nominated for an Oscar, I believe, for In and Out. I don't care. This is still without a doubt my favorite role for him. I think it was just, he was supposed to be this person. But anyway, if you pay attention to the story he tells in the middle, it makes the way it ends exponentially more beautiful. This was directed by Irwin Winkler, who made The Net. It's not a selling point. He made At First Sight, also not a selling point. Okay, so look, he has one good movie, and it's Life as a House. This was written by Mark Andrus. He actually has had a good writing career. Most notably was he wrote it's the one where Jack hates his gay neighbor. Oh, As Good as It Gets. As Good as It Gets. He wrote. Is that As Good as It Gets? Yeah, that's as good. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he wrote that. It was real good. Anyway, I think that you should absolutely watch this movie. But you should definitely brace for some emotion. But I definitely wanted to give you something different. I didn't want to do horror this week. And if I'm being entirely honest, and I don't know if maybe this strikes me differently because I don't have a dad. I don't know. So maybe that's part of it. But this is easily in my top 5 favorite movies of all time. And you could definitely do worse than to spend your time watching this. I think think you'll like it. Anyway, I'll leave you alone now. Oh. Andrew's making faces and shit. Press the shit that's below this. Okay, below this, see the video? Press the shit that's below this. Press the thumb up. He's doing the thumb up thing. To press the fucking subscribe. What's the other ones? Is there something else I'm supposed to say? Oh yeah, he's doing this thing, which could be ghostwriting, but it's probably to ring the bell. Is that it? Ringing a bell? Yeah, let's ring the bell. Fuck, I hate this part. Anyway, y'all have a great week. I'll see you later.